Robert Estrin. This is livingpianos.com with a question: how could you afford a Steinway? If you saw some of my previous videos, you know that even a baby grand Steinway like this, brand new, is over $80,000. So you might think it's just insurmountable to be able to buy a Steinway. Well, I've got some good news for you and some tips how you can get a great piano without necessarily breaking the bank, how it's possible. Well, first of all, you should be aware that there are other great pianos in the world. You might not know it because Steinway owns the concert market with over 97% of concert pianists playing Steinway because it is the de facto piano that's available worldwide in concert halls. So any touring artist pretty much plays a Steinway unless they can travel with their own piano. But did you know that Bechstein, Düsseldorfer, Blüthner, Fazioli, Mason and Hamlin, the list goes on and on. There are many other great pianos you might want to consider. And while many of these pianos cost as much as Steinway or even more, oftentimes some dealers will discount these other brands where Steinway holds their price much firmer because they can. There's only a limited number of them in the world and they're very, very sought after. Of course, the used market is a gold mine if you can find the right instrument. And you know, interestingly, years ago, there were hundreds of American piano companies, and many of them were great pianos, and you can get them for a fraction of the cost of what they're worth. For example, Baldwin was in the concert market, and Baldwin's cost as much as Steinway when they were new, but in the used market, you can oftentimes get a great Baldwin if the condition is in great shape. For far less than a Steinway, have a great piano. But let's get back to Steinway. You have your heart set on Steinway, and only Steinway will do. Well, how can you possibly afford one? Well, once again, used, but you've got to be very careful. In fact, Steinway, as I mentioned in previous video, doesn't even let many people put the Steinway name on the front of rebuilt or refinished pianos. So you've got to be very careful. Make sure you find someone who actually plays so they know what the piano feels like, what it sounds like, whether it's going to really be a Steinway quality piano. Just having the name on the front isn't enough. So those are some tips for you. One other thing very important is when you buy a piano, there are certain times that the prices are just lower. For example, Living Pianos, Memorial Day, we dropped the prices, some of them less than half the usual sale prices, which are already a fraction of new. And we do this to clear out inventory and to go on a buying spree for the summertime. And so you can sometimes get phenomenal deals on Steinway and other pianos. So these are some tips for you. Once again, look for other brands you might want to consider. Consider used pianos of great American pianos from the past that are no longer made, that were phenomenal instruments. And yes, you can look for used Steinways. Find dealers who can provide videos, who play the instruments on a high level so they know what they're selling and you can have assurance of what you're getting. As well as getting pianos at the right time of year when the prices are the lowest time, any time. That's key for you to find a Steinway that you can afford. Again, I'm Robert Estrin. This is livingpianos.com, your online piano store. Thanks for joining me.